everyone. Believe it or not, after hurricane, it couldn't kill us, so we're back! If you're just joining us and wondering, what is this? Welcome to the Stewards War. We had another show on this channel, believe it or not. So with that in mind, I'm not going to waste any time here, and we'll do some plugs here and whatnot. So with that, starting us off, Zoe, take it away. Introduce yourself to the lovely folks out there.
Hello, everyone. I am Zoe. There's not much I can say about myself that you won't figure out very quickly here. I play Scovia. There we go. I play Scovia Onyakachi. Pronouns variable, but usually he, him, or she, her. That's about all I got. So, taking it from my hand.
I'm taking it from your hand. It's me. Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at C Plays RPG. Tonight, I'm playing the big, the bad, the butch, Ajax Rasvi, who uses any, all pronouns, who's big, mean, and also angry. And I'm going to pass it over to Vin.
Oh my gosh, that's me. Hi. I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials, and I'll be playing Taika Honorin, pronouns they, he, it. I think I said that in the right order. Yes, I did. Yeah. Chris, please take this away from me.
And I shall take it back away from you. Hello, everyone. I am Chris. I am your GM for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, a couple things in case you weren't here. We got some content warnings in here. If you type in the box there, war, ! War CW, you should find all of the content warnings for this episode. In case you missed it, for this series in particular, we have fantasy and gun violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, familiar struggles, severe weather, romance, and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to child loss, imperialism, classism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If none of this floats your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. Also, if you want to follow me or the lovely people that we got here, you can type ! Warcast to see where we are on the internet while it's still alive and working. I think with that in mind, we can get to the intro. So please let us take it away and get started with episode 2. See you soon. with that, we find ourselves 2 days after the weird, strange events of that night. The crew, you individuals yourselves, have gone about your day trying to do your best. Luckily, the only person that saw you burned in fire, so you're safe. For now, but you know where Rhea is, and you know there are guards all about the place, looking for this so-called princess, ward, monarch, whatever you want. You. In this instance, you all have managed to come here and are currently waiting outside of one of the newly constructed temples within the city. Daros has asked you to be here, and at the moment, you are just waiting. You can see that in the distance, there is various ships belonging to the households that came for the wedding, but additional more have come now because of what has gone on. Tensions are rising high, and especially to some of our members here, the dragons, the important ones at least, have come to make their presence known. In this instance, we focus on our individual. As the summertime air breathes through against the backdrop of these ships waving the various flags of their bannermen. How are we feeling in this moment?
Ajax has gone back and forth between pacing in front of this temple and leaning angrily against a large pillar back and forth for the last 15 minutes. About 2.5 minutes of each before they get irritated and start pacing again, or until they get tired of pacing and start leaning again. They're agitated, clearly. Rhea has been of very little help in explaining what has happened, and they are getting hungrier and hungrier for answers, considering the rest of the family is now in port. So I think Ajax is rolling their shoulder, cracking a neck, and then decides to start pacing again in front of Scovia and Taika.
Taiko, how are you feeling in this moment?
I mean, things could be a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain. In contrast, Taika is very quiet, has not said a single word unless they need something or needs to communicate. They've just been scratching in a small notebook, not necessarily like the events or documenting or a diary, just schematics to pass the time so they don't implode.
Govia, how about you?
Probably the calmest of the three. I feel like I've described this before, but Scovia is definitely playing with like the equivalent of a Rubik's Cube, if it's just not a Rubik's Cube. It's like solving it, but not in like an anxious way, is very much playing with like doing something tactile. Solves it, probably tosses it to Taika and it's like, mess that up.
Yeah, sure. And throws it for a good while, then tosses it back.
Yeah, and he gets it and just continues about that until Davros either says something or Rhea decides to stop being cryptic. Is very much riding the wave because I don't have answer. I don't know what's going on.
As you say that, two of the guards that are standing there are very much the personal guards of Daros. Begin to approach. Not saying a word, as they are very much a combination of alchemical processes and magic, as they have no face, only sort of the shining butt of a helmet that reflects only your faces, and a number of tubes. This is known as his Hellguard, but for this, they gesture for you to follow.
Have I told you yet that you keep very interesting company? Ajax says as they follow these hell robots that glance kind of at Scovia.
This one isn't company. It's a benefactor, and I don't like coming here.
Well, then you
why
keep
did
very...
we come here again?
Hmm?
Why did we come here again?
Because if you know what the word benefactor means, you understand that it's going to be of benefit to us, especially when hiding a murder.
Wow, I didn't know what benefactor meant. Thank you.
Congratulations, I did really good in school before it got wiped away.
Oh, that's tragic, actually. Sorry.
It's something, so...
Well, you keep strange benefactors, then.
Now that, I can agree with.
And with it, you proceed to go forward. As you do, you reach the mouth of two large bronze doors that depict a group of people praying to the Emperor. Someone who stopped madness quickly. But this beauty and the idea of what's before you fades away as the doors begin to open. And the afternoon summer light slowly dies away, giving way to the catacomb-like tunnels that force one of the nearby guards to snap their fingers and produce a flame and venture forth. Between all of you, there is a bit of an uneasiness. Daros is an archon. This is a god, one of the gods, the original, who created this empire. And you have been summoned. That is no small thing, no matter how far up the food chain you. It almost feels like a trap to some of them. But as you continue out and exit the tunnel, you begin to hear the faint sound of singing that gets louder and louder. Before you walk in and find yourself in a massive dome-like mausoleum full to the brim of colors of bronze, obsidian stone, and the green banners that belong to the Empire along its walls in this circle, depicting the great Imperium wars that's being designed all over the wall. The gods' efforts to save the world, to be hero. Towards the bottom, as it dips, lies the bodies of those who are buried here. Around the statue of the Emperor, who sits in the middle with their hand on their sword hanging in mourning. And all along the walls, painted in gold, are the names of the fallen. Upon one of the scaffolding rigs, very Renaissance line, using their bare hands to melt and sculpt, lies Daros, as he forms a tapestry and is singing. Tratruna, ledruzal, lerurao, zerunao. For one person or whoever can speak Draconic here, you know this, Ajax, to be a very popular tune from the Iron Fire Islands. This is known as the Dragon's Wail. It is a funeral song that is specifically by House Dorotheos to denote a dragon fallen in battle. The fact that he's singing it is a sign of disrespect. Almost like he is taunting. You see his hands begin to dip, still lying flat on the scaffolding, tilting his head. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were there.
It's bad luck to be singing a song like that before anyone's died.
I am the god of valor. You don't get that name without being a little courageous.
Or a little foolish, perhaps.
Thank you, my god. You can go now. And make sure we are not interrupted. The guards kind of and close the doors. As he begins to roll up his sleeves and literally gets down to the ground to meet your gaze. Well, isn't this a treat? I'm glad you all made it here without summoning up suspicion.
Thanks.
Thank you for your hospitality and kindness and so forth.
It's my pleasure. Can I offer you something? Tea? I know it is the afternoon, but maybe a bit of bourbon. It's a bit of my favorite that I have on the side here. Or good old-fashioned water really gets the senses ready.
Don't accept anything from him.
Ready for what?
My thoughts exactly.
Well, given your current situation and the shitstorm that you may or may not have caused, it is, I think, good to keep one's body ready for anything.
A little eyebrow lift. Just little eyebrow lift. Anything?
That would imply that I'm not already ready, Doris.
Scovia, my child, I have no
No.
doubt that you are ready for anything. I trained you well.
You gave me a sword and told me to make money.
And I raised you up, and you have done quite well for you. You will not
Raise me up.
You are not begging for corn, are you? Are you struggling to defend yourself?
Am I supposed to be happy that you found a kid and didn't let them die? You know, that's basic stuff, right?
Well, I always liked the thought we were family. Found, if anything. We both share a vision. Just like this place, as he kind of twirls about. This is the last piece the Empire has commissioned me for, in order for the reconstruction of the city, as it is almost done, and my superior vision is no longer required.
So, this place is a fixer-up.
Memorial for those who serve. People forget their heroes. This place helps them remember.
And what exactly is the reason that you brought us to this particular place? To remember?
Exactly. Take this for example. He kind of points over. Name was Greg. Common name. Unworthy of any note. But saved my life from a bullet or two back in the day. If it wasn't for him, I could have ended up dead. He saved me. And the Empire, for the most part, won't remember him, but I will. Good old Greg here remembered what it was to serve the Empire. And the consequences of letting chaos reign the realm.
And is your name gonna be on this wall one day, Scovia?
Absolutely not. Serving. Living for a cause is how things get fucked. It's how cities and towns get obliterated. When people believe a little bit too much, a little too hard.
It's the only way to live with loyalty.
And, speaking of, fucked, I appreciate the history lesson that we're having here, but I would really like to discuss what we really need to discuss.
Nervous Nell, as I see. Well, I will leave you to it, though I will tell you, they're not exactly a talker. More sporadic speaking, and I would not suggest you touch them. A little bit sensitive. They were in the corner there. Room to the left.
Ajax immediately starts walking.
The rest of you follow suit?
Yeah, a light jaunt. Slow walk.
Daros lets you go for a moment as he pushes his various tools away and joins soon. With it, you guys go into the nearby tunnel and into one of the open rooms, which is primarily meant for embalming a body, so very much of like if a person dies, trying to prep the body for funeral burial. That is been makeshift into the quarters for Rhea. Food has been left out, but food has not been touched. Only water, their hair still mangled in a fray, the wedding dress that they had still on, covered in the blood of lover, and a blanket over them as they stare into the nearby flame of the fire, speaking, muttering to themselves.
Ajax immediately gets stressed upon seeing this. Their hand to their temple again. Rhea.
No response.
Rhea. And they start walking toward the fireplace. Come to a crouch in front of her.
Begin to hear the words in order, in succession, repeatable, almost like a note. Blood in storms, blood in storms, blood in... As they repeat it over and over.
Ajax looks back at Scovia and Taika. Still the same.
Not gonna lie, I didn't expect a change.
I mean, I was, but I guess that's too much hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't find anything in the research house, the giant library you live in? Maybe it's a
If anything, Taika, if you want to roll for me, let's do a investigation check, if you will, to see if you found anything in that big old library of yours.
Wow. Okay, let's... Not the first roll of the night. You said investigation?
Yeah, investigation. That's going to be your intelligence there.
Okay. Oh, what is that? That's a 23!
Holy shit, okay, well, you got a big library there. What specifically are you looking for in this library so I can help with your answer here, Taika?
I mean, what did Ajax mean with a little sarcastic snip?
Their little snip was like, perhaps if you had looked up the phrase blood and storms, or know of any kind of medical condition or curse or something that might be like words based similarly, or if it's part of like a poem or something.
I think with that, looking it up, trying to connect the dots, you get primarily, Taika, that this is a side effect, in a sense, of uncontrolled magic. Primarily with divination within foresight. Those who can see into the future who are not properly trained or not prepared can get a little frazzled by the events they see. Though in this case, he's a bit extreme. Usually it's a headache or maybe a little disassociation, but this seems to be something entirely different.
And then that'll just be relayed.
Wait, you actually did look it up?
I wasn't gonna do nothing. Sorry?
No, it's helpful, I guess.
So she saw the future.
She can't see the future.
Okay, well, look at her I'm sure she saw something.
Yeah.
Ajax like sends a prayer up the house business trip that they are on that is taking so much longer and so much more brain power than it is really supposed to.
Okay. So how do you, and Scovia is looking at Taika when they ask this, like, so what do you do? How do you shake someone out of a weird magical stupor from seeing the future?
I didn't really get that far. With the murder and all. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to lean into like the psychosis of it all. But perhaps, and I think as they're talking, unfortunately, it is also stepping forward. And the phrase is blood and storms, right?
Yes.
I saw it.
Saw what?
The blood and storms. I'm not talking to you.
Are you saying that to Ray?
Yeah, in sitting next to her.
They stop rocking and look in your direction, and you see their eyes are aflame almost, with that of purple star. You have seen blood and storms?
I have, and the coast is so far. You need to come ashore.
The coast is not far. The coast is here. Storms, unimaginable blood, Bill. Or when
And they look back at the other two like...
Is she saying that unimaginable blood and storms are in the future? Is that what she saw?
I think that is the result of the divination, yes. That's why she is stuck there.
Rhea. And I think Ajax comes down and crouches next to you, Taika. Just still so big. Just leans over. Rhea. I have never asked you for anything before. Ever. Nothing. Not since we were kids. Come on. Just talk to me. Tell me what happened.
This is very counterintuitive to what I just did.
They grab you by your hand, Ajax. Look you in your eye. Demon. Winged. Scaled of fire. You will be the one who does. Who will commit the ultimate betrayal for the right reason.
Right.
The last wish granted. Looks at the rest of you. A brother betrayed. Looks to you, Taika. Looks to you, Scovia. Heroic sacrifice. Blood, storms, and war is what you are all promised for. But you seek answers, as it's your right. So find the doctor. Yes, the doctor. The great doctor.
The dock, the shore? Do you see the shore?
Within the scene of passion, you shall find the doctor, you shall find the answers, find the answers, you shall find your...
Okay. Now a doctor. And I'm gonna be a martyr.
And
Sounds
I'm
like
gonna be a
nonsense.
monster.
And I betray the only family I have. Everything is so great.
I'll trade you. Looking at Not you.
betrayal doesn't sound so bad, in retrospect.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't think I'd rather be a monster than dead.
No takebacks.
I mean, there's different futures and different outcomes, not necessarily an end-all, be-all, divining clearly whatever happened.
Well, I've got enough sense about me to believe a traumatized person seeing the future. So,
Leave me. I must consult with the flames. I must see more.
okay, she's gone full oracle on us.
Releases your arm, Ajax.
Can I just in the history of House Dorothos, are there oracles, or is this like out of left field?
I will say, without you having to rolling anything, from the Dragonic people, specifically the nobles, in terms of how they turn into dragons, it's very much a cultural milestone within their life. Usually, fate is, whether you believe it or not, people have this idea of fate as already woven. So, at various points, a person will develop. Happened with the other members, including the head, and also the other lovely individual that you had a great time with, Thea. But they develop it at cultural milestones. Could be, 18th birthday. Could be, falling in love for the first time. Be marriage. It is those points in your life that you tend to develop. Though the other two were able to control themselves, you don't necessarily understand why they are not able.
Yeah, and the big problem, and I think Ajax is kind of sharing this information as we're like starting to head out. And the real big problem is that she's not turning into a dragon. That is usually the change that happens at the milestones. This is not the normal change.
So instead of becoming a dragon,
they
became an
into
oracle.
The future.
Okay, well.
I mean, maybe it's a metaphorical dragon. The wings of divination. No.
It's not really a metaphorical thing normally. It's like a wings, teeth, and fire kind of thing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Dragon puberty sounds awful.
It really does.
Daros comes from the side, wiping their hands of smoke and soot. Indeed it is. It seems we're out of conundrum, my friends. A conundrum you are gonna have to solve right quick.
Okay. So, you know anything about a doctor?
Don't know much about a doctor, but maybe return to the scene of the crime. Maybe you might find something you missed.
Yeah, okay. And I think Scofia's like, yeah, almost like it's an order, kind of like just walks out of the room. Is like, I'm going.
I guess that means. Okay.
I assume this is a divine order.
Highly encouraged, if you will. It's been 2 days, and I cannot house this troubled individual any longer. So I suggest you get the truth out of whoever you need to.
Are y'all coming?
And they look at Taika and nod, kind of follow you like a big shadow.
Be well, my companion. Scovia, please do take care of yourself. I do care about you. It is a parent's burden.
Eat shit and die.
I would expect nothing less. Good luck. They let you walk off.
That's the first time in my life that I've ever heard someone swear at a god.
He's something.
A god, yeah.
Yeah, no.
So is that like Does it make you a demigod, or is it
No,
like an adopted
we're not
thing?
related. He found me after my home got erased, and he keeps saying and he keeps calling me child.
Did he raise you?
Something like that. I don't look. I don't trust him at all because people generally aren't that nice, and he, outside of me, isn't a nice person. Doesn't seem like a nice person. I listen to him sometimes. Yeah, it is. And I think this fucking sword is cursed. So I got this necklace to balance it out.
Can I see?
Yeah, I hand it to you.
They take it. They whoosh, whoosh, back and forth. It's finely made. Good balance. Lighter than you'd think. Sharp. Not so cursed that you can't kill someone with it.
Oh, it's really good at killing. Oh, I guess no, sorry. You can see that, like, wearing a chain and grabs a sword. Looks like she's about to stab herself in the chest, and it, like, goes back into an amulet on, like, his neck, and then goes to the hip and says, you see this little thing? It's like a little doodad. This thing makes it so that no one knows I'm around. Yet this motherfucker always knows I'm around. Oh, I heard you coming in. Nobody hears when I come in. Oh, I knew you were on the way. How? And this pulls it out again, like kind of like almost in the way you do a tape measure. And this thing is what he gave me when we first met. And God, is it handy. So I don't get rid of it.
I wouldn't. They've got this look in their eye that's like somewhere between respect and hunger.
puts it back into the neck, and it's like, it's weird. It's weird. He's weird.
If you say so.
God's above.
What?
In between
these
like,
weirdos.
Two weirdos being like, that guy's weird, right? Yeah.
Two criminals, and I'm just in between.
The things I've done.
Listen, I'm here to butch out, and that's what I've got going for me.
And I'm not.
And I'm not. What are you here to do?
As you're just stressing along the way, as these two have their moment, time passes on. As you guys make your way to the Imperial Palace. The place is slightly different now, as it is abuzz with various conversations between members of the courts that were once a quiet place of moderate peace has turned into a packed hub of rumors, disgusted looks between members of the houses, and fear, not only among the individuals and noblemen here, but also the guard, who are trying to ensure Emperor's peace is both civil and maintained. You begin to make your way into the East Wing, where the party was once held, and you find yourself at the foothold of the reception, where the wedding was once held. But it feels more like an empty shell of happiness now, as the interior decoration was left and is now mostly hanging the heartfelt gifts of the individuals that weren't taken in or left outside and are beginning to have rain and damage on them. And you see the remains of someone's life husked away in the wind. And as you look before that and enter in, you hear the sounds as you approach of hushed talking and whisper. As you turn your heads, there is a light coming out of the burnt room. someone is talking. Or someone's in this instance. What do you want to do?
So I'm catching that the vibe is whisper, whisper, hush, hush. Mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
But as a professional business invader, I would love to stick my nose where it shouldn't be.
That is such a funny way to pronounce spy.
Spy.
By the way. Or nosy.
As a professional instigator.
As mind your business, as a professional business minder.
Are we stealthing about it, or are we?
Of course, I'm stealthing. Well, actually, I want to hear what you were going to say. What's the other option?
Either that, or you try to listen from where you are.
So
it's either perception or sneaking.
Let me see. I think I'm better at sneaking.
So stealth, yeah,
by a lot. Yeah. And I think I have advantage on listening to things. But
I think so.
I also think I do. Oh, it's okay. I see. Yeah.
Gotcha. For my other two, what are you doing?
Ajax is really good at being a mountain of flesh. So I'm going to set myself up so in case they notice us, whoever's in there, that they are not going to be able to make an escape because they are going to bump into my body, which is barricading the door.
Gotcha. And Taika, what are you doing?
I was just going to be in Ajax's shadow.
Okay, fantastic. This is the
barricade and a half.
The wall. Yeah.
So silly.
Mighty.
I think I just kind of slap Ajax's big body and I say, go knock over a vase.
Mm.
And before you do it, she's gone. I got a 27.
You see, go knock over a vase, and you're just very much of like, what? And then almost like shadow, immediately gone.
Ajax is quite happy to follow the directions of this strange, raised by a god individual. They're good at following orders. I would like to do as I'm told, except that's the wrong game. So
wrong game.
I'm gonna go knock over a vase.
We love references.
Actually, I think they look at Taika first and they go, "Which one looks more expensive to you?"
I think they just like that one. Just go for it. I'm not looking.
They push it over.
Fantastic. Are you hitting it and then like dodging out the way? Or are you hitting it so that and just standing there like a menacing?
It is stupid. Like I just push it over and watch it fall.
Fantastic. So with that, as it breaks, you, Govia, go off to the side, and as you do, you see there are 3 individuals in this room. Some of which you kind of know. One you definitely know. Hone is there, Hone Coldwell. You see is talking in the room, very almost like the 4 corner. The other 2 individuals, you remember the other one, blue skin, sort of that white highlight hair with sort of blue matching. No longer in sort of the bridesmaid's dress, but very much more of a regal sense of, a senator's robes and whatnot. Of the House of Owain is here. So the bridemaid that was there is also here. And the other individual that you saw is Thala. The other one, the bridesmaid was Zena. And Dala is the other one. You remember Thala because of the rowdiness they were. You remember at the party they were drunk most of the time. They were really beefing with people midway through the wedding, like after party. They started a fist fight over something. You don't remember exactly what. But they seem to be now sober and still very much attentive. You do know they're of House Leonore, which is its own set of problems for you. But you see these 3 individuals talking. But as the thing gets... Hone goes... You hear there? Did you hear that? Then, yeah, I did hear that. Which one of us wants to look? You see, Thala, again, is a very strong individual. You can see maybe slightly shorter than Ajax. Begins to make their way over, peeking their head out. And with that, look at you, Ajax. Can I help you? Is there something that you need?
Yeah, I think there is. What you looking for in here, huh?
Mean mug of a face begins to make their way up to you. I don't answer to dogs that serve houses.
And this dog doesn't care about biting the face off a motherfucker who doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
I heard a lot about you, Ajax.
And I've heard absolutely nothing about you.
It's because the people that talk about me don't live. Unlike you, I heard you were sent here as a dignitary. Not doing well on the battlefield, are we?
Doing well enough that I don't need to stick around for cleanup.
At this point, Home comes out. Look, if we can all just get together and be kind to each other, it'll be very fantastic. I will say, Scovia, they haven't noticed you yet, so...
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
Yeah, they're very much back behind you.
Yeah, 100%. It's like they're walking like they walk outside, and I just kind of am standing next to the door. I think I just walk inside the room. There's one more person in there, correct?
Yeah, Zena is there.
Yeah, what are they doing? Are they like looking at something?
They're just pacing nervously back and forth, very much just letting the two individuals that know how to talk to people.
Yeah, I think as they pace like one way, I go behind them and I just kind of am like following. And then I'm using this pacing to kind of look around. I'm tailing this person so they don't see me. And I'm using that time to like look around the room.
Make an investigation check for me. With that, going back over this conversation, Home goes, look, I don't think we should very much just be very truthful of what's going on here. Dala kind of gives a look. And why should we tell these people anything? For all we know, they could be the murderers. I don't think they're the murderers. I mean, yes, they are people that do look like they would very much hurt someone, but I don't think they're the murderer. I hope you're not the murderers. As he kind of looks over.
No. Do they look like a murderer to you?
Do I?
A wee bit. A wee bit.
I don't think anything on me has anything capable of murder, truth be told. If anything, this is pretty sharp, but I don't think that's enough to kill someone, maybe in the jugular.
That's why I said a wee bit. Yeah, knowledge is power. Look, why don't you two just join us in the room? There's another one of our party that we are discussing what possibly may have happened, so we can coordinate our efforts. Instead of 3, we can be 6.
I think that would be a very great. But first, I think we need a broom, maybe something. That was an accident.
It's no scrub off my back. It's not like I live here.
I guess I'll go. Excuse me.
Yeah, you go get a broom. You big fella. Ajax, is it? Yeah, come on.
They've been having a stare off with the house. They're just
looking down, looking up.
Yeah. Like down the chest stare off. Yeah, sure. Why not? Many hands make like work if you need help.
At this point, for you, Scovia, what did you get in your investigation?
21. What is that math? 19. Sorry, I'm bad at math.
No problem, 19. With it, going about looking before everybody comes into the room, you can see that under the bed, even though a fire happened, there's a number of shattered glass, but there seems to be one vial that somehow made it through the heat. That seems to have some sort of label on it. It is very much like medicine size. It's not necessarily or poison. It's, it's that sort of administrative medical size. So something about maybe yay big, like a Taíno bottle maybe worth size. That is under, it is uncorked and dripping a wee bit, but there's some stuff in it and it's not broken.
Oh, I will time. I will grab it as this person is, obviously not looking. Is there a cap here? Like, can I?
I'll say there's a cap. It's just your
Okay,
standard
yeah,
corkscrew. It's not
that's fine.
anything crazy.
Yeah, I grab it, I cap it, and as I'm assuming everyone comes into the room, I stand back up, get next to the door, and just kind of act like I was around with.
I was here the whole time, just Batman.
Because Hone's here. So whoever, yeah.
You see, walking through the door, Hone kind of goes, "Oh, see, that's what I said. 3.
Hey, Hone.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Wait, you
what
know
is? Him? Yes, I work frequently. Hone pays well.
Another benefactor.
No.
I'm a pirate. I'm privateer for being kind to each other. So
contracting.
A little bit of the legalese, if you will.
Even pirates have secrets.
The paperwork is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, last time you just hired me to do your paperwork, and that, while I will do it again, I do feel is a little bit of a waste. You know what? No, money is money.
Money is money. Xena in the back kind of is startled by you and ha.
Oh, you're like Taika.
I am not like Taika. I am a senator. I am not with the skullduggery. I am very much more of an honest person.
Okay.
Especially,
no, you're worse than Taika.
My
you're
brother's
annoying.
been murdered, so excuse me for being a little on edge.
Not bad.
So can I go ahead and ask why a pirate, the sister of the murdered, and a brute who got through out of the party, what the 3 of you are doing here exactly? Just curious.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a bad joke.
Kind of looking to each other, Hone speaks up. Well, we all came here due to the fact that we know that a murder did take place and Rhea is in the city somewhere. We all care for her one way and another. They have helped me out, a very kind person. We did it for a wee bit. It didn't work out, and I'm very fine with that, even though some of us are still not over those feelings. Kind of looks over to Dala, who just shrugs it off.
The big one. Yeah. I look at the big one immediately.
So does kind of the fastest movement they've made all day is their head whipping over just like a little bit, like you.
It's like it's not the nervous one. Like it's like it's intrinsic. It's like I know it's not the nervous one. It has to be your big ass.
Dala very much on the side. While I was very sweet to Rhea when we were younger, but sadly, I could not protect them. They often saved me from bullies when I was smaller, and just never told them how I felt. And Arthur came in with all his charm and his regality, and won the heart drag.
So it is the big one, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. I think I'm just like kind of astonished at the idea that this person has ever been smaller and needed protection. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I did not lose anyone, as Rhea is still alive. Rhea would never hurt anyone. It would never hurt a fly, let alone murder someone they love. Xena kind of goes, I do occur. Rhea was many things, murder or not. Hell, he didn't really even know how to use a weapon.
We figured the same. We're also looking for information.
Well, let us sit in. Let us see what we have gathered. And in that moment, we can take a quick break, everyone. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna swap out some things and we'll be right back. So use that manual, grab a snack, and we'll be right back.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. A member did have to go off right quick, but they'll be back in a hot second. With that in mind, we thought we'd proceed with that. Round in a circle in this room here, as you find one of the nearby tables that they kind of pull over that haven't burnt, and sit down. Zena approaches forward and kind of goes, well, give the quick and skinny about it. I knew about Rhea's health for some time. I didn't particularly think it would be this bad. You see there's a look of like responsibility among their face. Yeah.
By Rhea's.
Real quick, yeah, Scovia, what is the...
I just remembered from the first episode that I listened to someone give Rhea, I think, some anti-anxiety medicine or something.
Our personal guard did give it to Zena, so you did see the handoff of the medicine being passed.
I mean, if you would like to cut in, if you want to cut in,
Please go ahead. If you want to cut in,
immediately as the sentence. I think we're both like as the sentence stops.
Columbo.
They like do a little like.
And I go, yeah, I heard about. Do I know what kind of medicine it was, or did I just?
You knew it was like a relaxing kind of. It was like a.
Yeah. Whispers on the wind tell me that you've been, toting around some relaxers for her, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it wasn't me who gave that. She found a doctor in town to supply her with these things.
A doctor?
Yeah. I don't know who. Primarily, that was a secret between the couple.
Between the couple?
Arthur knew of her condition as well.
What is this condition?
By condition, you mean divination.
In a sense. Are you familiar with the cultural milestones and Dragonic heritage and all that nonsense?
Yeah.
Ajax leans in a little bit more and just kind of looks at her. Yes, I'm quite familiar, thank you.
Well, as they kind of look a little off-put, I don't know exactly what the doctor said, but it's something to do with the place. Usually the reason why there isn't a big problem is because you're in the Iron Fire Islands, you're home. Rhea's not anywhere near home. The doctor, I guess, knew a little bit more about it. Something to do with the magic here is different than the magic over there.
And she's getting homesick. And her magic is going haywire because she's homesick.
Well, yes, the change can be random and very taxing. I don't think the divination is a side effect. I think it is their power. Just like how their mother has a connection to the sea and storms, and her sister has a connection to winter and wind.
Okay. Look, I understand royals and shit like their privacy, but I think that it might be but you're telling me that no one knows who this secret doctor that is aware of draconic magics and symptoms, who's just giving random medicine?
Well, it's not random, it was helping. Just the marriage. The closer it got, the more sporadic they did. They were able to start seeing things that would happen right before they happened, and then as we got closer to the marriage, the two thought it would be no problem. They planned on using the honeymoon as a solution to their problem. The royal tour, in a sense. They would just go to the Iron Fire Island, stay there for some time, let the change happen, and then leave.
But it happened too fast. Too suddenly.
Too violently.
Zala goes, or maybe on purpose. That is what my thinking is. This doctor seems to be very secretive of his work. Or hard work or their work. whoever they are.
Okay. Do we have a name, a general area? Anyone that... do I know who handed off the medicine? I know that
It
you
was a
said...
Who died, I
guard,
think.
but you do have the bottle. Maybe there's
Oh.
something there.
Do you know what it looks like? I ask, I don't even know what is this person's name? Zena.
Yep.
I say, what did it look like? What did the medicine look like?
It's something like a health potion in a sense.
Color.
Small, it's like blue hinged.
Okay. And I just like reach into my coat. This.
Hon, and you see Hon gonna, gee, why didn't you just say something if you had
Well, I
it?
didn't know what it was. It was under the
Why
bed.
do you have
just
that?
found that.
It was under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't take it.
There's some of it empty. Or some of it's gone, but it was open. I hazard that you might be correct.
It's true. Two things can be true at once. Maybe they did drink it. Maybe they didn't drink it and the fire dissipated the concoction. But is there anything on it? Per se, I see a little bit of writing on it.
I read the writing. Well, can I read the writing?
A little bit. It's a little faded out. Make a quick investigation check.
While we're doing that, what? Because Rhea said something in relation to the doctor down where the something, but because we were playing, my player brain can't remember, but Ajax would recall what she had just said.
Yeah, it was very much of find the doctor, find the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It was the equivalent of what they were saying. Nothing about precise locations. It's very much of like, you need to find this.
Okay, never mind then.
16 plus 5, 21.
21.
Yeah.
Looking about, you can't precisely get a sense of the scripture on it because of just the way it's written is like a kindergartner. Whoever this is has piss poor handwriting.
Of course.
But as you sniff the bottle, it smells like the sea.
Ugh.
If it was enough to leave an impact, then maybe somewhere in the dock.
Yeah. Would herbalism tools be helpful in this moment?
Depends on what we're doing here.
Nodding.
Mm-hmm.
I have proficiency, which is why I ask.
Yeah, what do you want to specifically? It depends on what you want to know. There's some things that you can and some things you can't.
Okay. Zoe almost never uses tools, so I don't actually know what I can do with this thing.
You can try to analyze it to see maybe
Okay.
if you can pick up what exactly this thing is doing, would do to a person, or maybe try to figure out if there's an ingredient that might help.
Yeah, I think I'm more interested in finding an ingredient that'll help me like track this person down.
Yeah, so roll with the tools there. If I'm remembering to my best collection,
It's like a
medicine check. I think it's gonna be
Oh.
either I'll leave it up to you. Either medicine or history. Yeah.
Which,
history
do I have
probably.
either? Oh, I'm better at history.
So wow, I'm
And
surprised.
I add proficiency, right? No?
Yes, you add your proficiency because it's tools. So
Proficiency here, I think it's is a +3, 19 plus 5, 24.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, this time it's just me rolling well on the dice.
You're a rogue. That's your game.
It's just the dice.
Nice. Going through it, you can see there's a rare flower. From what you remember, because you were having one night and experimenting with all formula of powders and stuff. This specific flower that's here belongs to the Ironfire Islands and is only found there.
Oh.
You relay this to everybody else.
Yeah, you all watch Scovia take out like not probably a very big collection of tools, but like something to like measure, something to dilute, just kind of like starts checking things very quickly. It takes like 5 minutes, and then when it finishes, yeah, this doctor has access to flowers just at the Ironfire Islands.
Hone kind of goes, Gaspar?
What'd you say?
Gaspar, legendary druid from the archipelago who I occasionally have seen from time to time. They are a doctor in the sense that if you need to do a little bit of a patch up without anyone really knowing or getting into your business, they can help.
Now, Hone, sweetie, can you take us to this person?
Yeah, he's on the law east side of the city, so I know exactly where he is.
All right. Well, that's a lead.
Dala kind of gets up, then I am coming with you.
Well,
Of course you are.
Senna goes, I am not. I am not meant for this work, but I do hope you find the answers quick.
Taika went to the bathroom, so you can...
I'll let them know where you went.
Great. All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
You all proceed to get up, and at this point, the moon comes over as it's a bit of a change of scenery.
Oh.
The night gives way to a number of new individuals as you find yourself in Harper's Lane, a place that you are more intimately familiar with, Scovia, as a good bit of work can be found here at night. Some legal, some not, and their favorite, the gray kind.
We're smack dab in the middle.
As you walk out and the pinkish hues begin to go off, the lane is a stark contrast from the high life of the palace and the more interior parts of the empire. Common folk live here, and the streets are crowded with those leaving work, nightlife coming in to relax from their day's efforts, or for those who earn their paycheck in the dark. You all walk, going through. Are you going to say something, Scovia, here?
Just banter. I'm walking with these two big, scary dogs, and I say, don't touch anything, don't talk to anyone. If anyone offers you a magic potion that'll give you your dreams, it will, but you'll sleep forever. And don't kiss anyone.
I could use a nap.
Oh, there's not a nap you're going to wake up from.
Maybe someone else. I'll be fine. Thanks, though.
Good. It should
Dala
be right.
very much has that sense of, they look disgusted by this place, and just very much of just like, they have no sense of honor. Betray each other for money.
Betray each other for money. You betray each other for honor. Shut up.
Please, I know who you are, Scovia.
What house is this person a part of?
Leonor, this is the beef.
Is that the one that doesn't ever... Yeah, because you fuckers never hire me. You think you know everything about me.
I don't trust you. You would stab your own mother if it would benefit.
Well, my mother's dead, so... You want any more fun facts about me? I'm an open enough book if it gets you to shut the fuck up.
I'm starting to see there is a problem with your party. You have no manners. Maybe someone should teach it to you.
Oh, and how tall is this brick shit house?
They're taller than you. They are
I
not
figured.
taller than Ajax, but...
Yeah, which is like a foot of difference between us all, barely. I walk up and I go, okay, are you going to teach me something, big guy?
I can teach you quite many things. I'm from the mountains where they make hard people.
Well, save your little history lesson for for after I find the answers to all the things that you're wondering. Because while you say I backstab, I'm not to be trusted, I'm getting farther than you ever would have alone. So shut up and follow some orders.
But as you pat them on the face, you can hear the guards going through, and specifically, you see Inor walking through the crowd, just going, all right, everyone, have a lovely night. Papers out in case we ask for them, and don't start shit. And at the moment, where you do need to go, home goes, okay, we have to go to that building over there. A wee bit problem is that there seems to be a checkpoint up ahead. So, are we sneaking around? Are we causing a distraction? What are we doing?
This is my this is my flirt buddy, right?
This is your buddy.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna try something different. Like walking past him.
Are you just gonna walk past him?
I
Or
think
are you gonna
I
walk
think
past him so he doesn't see you?
well, I've got 2 brick shit houses of a people with me, and I'm presuming that I need everyone, that this is kind of a everyone gets there
It's
sort
up
of
to
thing.
you. You don't not necessarily everyone has to get there, but in terms of, who gets there learns what, and then it's a matter of who says what. So it's like, everybody seems to have their own agenda here. They may be truthful, they may hold stuff back if you're not there.
Yeah,
So,
that's
that's
true.
right here.
I think okay, so I'm gonna walk up to. I think we're gonna try the current safe approach because I can always double back.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna go up to the homie.
As you approach, going up, kind of, getting papers, dealing with people, at this point sees you bend around the corner and goes, Onye,
Hi, dear. I
where have you been?
okay. You're starting with some heat.
It's just, and he kind of pulls you over to the side. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a number of names going around with your Jackson Tigers being at the top of exactly what happened. Wedding.
Okay, first off, as I'm sure you're aware, some murders.
Oh shit.
And I'm sure you're double aware. If I did it, you wouldn't know about it. Not this soon.
Okay, yes.
And
What is going on?
doubling back to the topic at hand. I got these clowns on official
Oh, you pan
duty.
over to see Ajax is again like kind of arms crossed squaring off with this person, but they have like their hood up as though that's gonna help not recognize them.
Yeah, this is a guy kind of go like, hey, how you doing, big guy? Hey, you want a health potion? It make you strong, make you good.
And then a bam.
I got
You see
these
that guy,
fools.
hey, I didn't see nothing, and he's gonna walk away.
We're getting answers. So if you would be a doll, I don't know. I'll come down to the station or whatever after this. But we got some leads. And look, I'm with people that aren't just me, that are on official palace duty.
Where exactly are you going?
Someone that sells magic flowers.
A little bit more specific and help the captain of the guard in investigating this murder?
Look, I feel like, that's the beauty. We don't gotta share everything. Okay, fine. Who knows who? I don't know. He's a doctor.
You're stressing me out. I love
I
you
think you were
stressing me
stressed
out.
way before me.
All right. If it's who I think it is, do I need to set up a perimeter? Do I?
You know, while I feel confident in my skills, I actually do think if you, I don't know, stay here, be aware of any potential nonsense is good enough. No perimeter. Flighty people tend to get flighty when perimeters get perimeted.
All right. You men, let them through. Thank God. You see, yes, Captain. And kind of move off to the side. Don't.
Sends a kiss.
Please don't burn the lower district.
I'm not gonna do that. I work here. Don't shit where you eat.
Be safe.
Oh,
Most
you
important.
care. I kind of disarmed Scovia. Just like, all right, let's go.
As you kind of go off, he goes, Micah, you son of a bitch, you owe me 5 gold coins! And he kind of goes off to being his good old rapscally himself.
As we're walking along, Ajax just kind of goes, so do you have this entire city in your pocket, or just the most important people in any room?
A little bit of both. If you know anything about, well, you're not from around here. My job is to strike a balance with everyone. Do a little job here, do a little job here for everyone except for House Lenore. And shit gets done. Stuff stays safe. I'm good at my job and everyone knows it.
You do see Hone kind of laugh like, yeah, they know a lot of people in town. It kind of makes a very vulgar gesture, like they know a lot of people, don't you?
Okay, you start a business deal with a handshake or a firm slap on the ass. Either way, it works.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Hone.
Wow. Striking a balance is a lot harder than most people make it out to be. It's much easier to do one single thing for one single person for a very long time. Makes loyalties less complicated that way.
Yeah. A lot of people think that I am disloyal because I work with a lot of people, but they don't think about the reality of if I hold loyalties for a lot of people, then I'm probably the most loyal, the most trustworthy.
Perhaps it's best to know. Perhaps it's best to know that you're loyal to one person, yourself. Not a bad thing. I think it's actually quite helpful.
Keeps my ass safe, especially when Taros is breathing down my neck. He kind of says that one under the breath.
Ajax cracks this kind of crooked, the smile itself, the emotion isn't uncomfortable, but the act of smiling seems uncomfortable for their face, like they don't do it very often. And how you got yourself tangled up with an Archon, I will never know.
I am still trying to figure that out. That's like the one point of tension. It's like, if I could walk away, I might lie.
Look, we're coming up. Tone kind of redirects your attention, and as you're going through the street, night about, moonlit, you begin to see this building. It looks rather more like an apartment on the first floor, but there seems to be a number of wooden stairs that go up as you see the swinging sign of the name of the shop, or office, or whatever you want to call it, as it says the Seafair Apothecary. Hone kind of goes, all right, what's the game plan? 4 of us right now, so the 2 of us want to go up there and talk to the lab, or do we have 2 back, or we all gonna go in force, or what's the deal?
Can go in the back.
Yeah, I could do that.
Big guys looks at the 2 of you.
Big guys look down.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have faith in your ability to be quiet, so please feel free to go to the front door.
I'll make a distraction.
This time you can just knock on the door, but I like the way you think.
Isn't that enough of a distraction? And they start walking toward with that.
Fantastic. So with that, 2 big guys go up, my other 2 go around the corner, and a perception check from you, my lovely individual going around the corner.
That's me. Oh, thank God. Perception is a +3, so 22.
Oh, that's a high thing they gotta beat, so let me roll for them.
Oh.
With that,
yeah.
as you go around the corner, at this point, Ajax and Thala go up to the door, but you see an individual, maybe older in nature. You see that they maybe, if you were gonna place it anywhere, maybe late 50s. They have green hair, fish-like gills on their side that are also green with a mixture of red, with combining into their red skin, and what looks like to be a vestment and scarf similar to that of like a doctor or some sort of herbalist. As you see, putting their glasses on, have a bag on their back, and immediately are coming out the window as they're trying to.
Oh my fucking god! No, I don't know. Walk slowly, and I I very much sprint over, and
sprinting over. With that, we'll be right back in a quick second as we get Vin back in here. So, 1 second. Yeah. Hi everyone, we're back. We're back. We got Vin back. Yay! Real quick before we get back into this hot action, quick ad shoutouts. First of all, as you see, one of our lovely sponsors here is Cobalt Press. If you type !TOV into the chat, you can check out the system we're using, Tales of the Valiant, a wonderful new variant of 5e. Is wonderful and full to the breath of new monsters and rule sets that you can use for your game. On top of that, they have recently just started and kind of finished their Kickstarter, which you can still pledge. Enter the Labyrinth 5e. It's their expansion to the various planes that override in the world and adventure paths that you can use for your crew in order to explore the mystery of the labyrinth. The other lovely sponsor that we have here is Chapeku. These are our map makers, and we can't wait for the next episode as we get to show off their awesome stuff. But you can check it out by typing in exclamation point map to check out all their new maps, animated scenes, and their new edible token. Are really lovely. They're awesome, so you can check that out and have for your game on your own. But with that in mind, we're chasing someone right now. And I say at this moment, Taika, you're kind of following suit. You are very much at are you at a brisk pace or a panic pace trying to catch up with everyone? I'm curious.
Oh, panic pace, absolutely.
Very much. As you're going through, you can see a same where Scovia are kind of on the same lane or road closest to the sea, that there's an individual that is trying to escape at this point. With that in mind, Scovia, what are you doing as you are the closest to react at this moment?
Now, fun question. How competent does this person look?
They don't look that competent, but they are, as they were described, a legendary druid.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. Stab first, ask questions later. I would like to... Oh, we have those sorts of moves here, if I'm not mistaken. With weapons. That's like a Tales of the Valiant special thing that you can do, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember which one I can use. Which one? There's like a little a herdum special.
Herdum special. You can take a look at it. I can go over quick to Taika if you want me to.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, Taika, I'm gonna go back to you. Yeah, we're gonna go back to you. What are you doing? As you see, this person is running. They haven't noticed you as a threat yet, so you do have a slight advantage here. Like they just think you're a person on the street.
How close am I?
I want to say you're about 60 feet away. So you're very much running. You see, they're coming towards you, so they only get closer the more you wait. They are on the rooftop, so they're not going on the street. So they're very much jumping rooftop to rooftop.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try with all my physical might, because y'all know I'm so fucking strong.
No.
To clamber up the roof.
Athletics check for me, please. Let's see. Let's get the pumps in.
You're flying?
Oh, you're flying? Gonna cast flying?
No, I was lying.
Oh, you were lying. Oh, okay.
We were all like, "Oh my god, you're flying!"
Oh my god, you can fly?
You can fly. You can fly. You can fly.
Oh, okay.
A 14.
14's not bad. You have some time, so it's not like you're like rushing, but you are managing to get yourself up, positioning yourself. Whatever move you make next, you can make with advantage. With that, Scovia, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I looked, and I do not have the fun thing that I wish I had, which is, I was just looking at it. Hamstring. I don't have hamstring. But are they holding anything?
They have a backpack.
Can I use disarm?
Sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And they don't know we're here, right?
They are not running away from you at the moment.
True.
You know, if anything, no, I think they are going to run because they, from their stuff, we'll get into if you catch them. They did see you all coming together, so they know you are together.
Okay. I make an attack roll with my weapon on a hit.
Make an attack roll with your weapon.
Let me attack roll with my weapon.
Attack roll with your weapon?
A whack roll?
A
twack roll?
A twack.
I do 20 damage.
I do some damage.
A twack roll?
You kill my mother.
What? You killed my father. I don't know how to do math. Whatever, 16 plus like 8 probably.
16 plus 8, that's going to be 24.
Plus maybe 2, I think, because I think 26. This is a good weapon. Okay, so, great.
Fantastic. With that, I'll say not too hard. You kind of step, jump onto a person's head, Mario, and you kind of get onto the roof. And as you do, are able to grab onto the backpack that he just at this point lets go as he's like trying to run at this point. As you see, he uses water from around to almost boost himself onto the next building as he proceeds to keep running.
Hey, we just have some questions. Please stop.
Persuasion with disadvantage. You just
glad I
grab him.
I'm glad I didn't attack. Oh, I'm dropping shit. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm not very good at this.
We're not trying to kill you as you just grab that backpack.
It's an 8 plus some numbers that don't matter because I'm not good at this.
Fantastic. With that keeps running, not even responding to you.
I feel like Ajax has not been aware of most of the beginning of this chase because they were instructed to go to the front and just knock. Mm-hmm. So they just knocked and they were like waiting there. And I think they're waiting like arms crossed with the House Lenore person just going like, oh, please open the door.
I'll call you.
And then I think hearing the "we just want to talk" from Skovia like pricks their ear. And they go, are you fucking kidding me? They're gonna, can I do something?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay, the annoyance that has been rolling underneath everything that Ajax has had to do in the last 3 days kind of like peaks for a moment, and talking with this person, having to be around this person from House Lenore has really just been getting on their nerves. And just this little like spark of fire lights up in them. So I would like to rage as my bonus action.
Ooh, that works.
And Ajax fights with a lance. Just a normal, beautiful brass lance that they have. Mm-hmm. And I think they reach back, take it out, give it a twirl, and they just 1, 2, right for the backpack. Like,
I have the backpack.
Well, he has
you have the backpack. Okay.
You can. I know what you're trying to try to
like
put him
pin them.
Place. Yeah. So make an attack roll if you be so kind.
I would
Jesus
be
Christ.
happy to make an attack roll.
It's like I tell you should have
non-lethal.
stopped.
Roll a lance, non-lethal.
You would be fine. We could just talk.
Oh, I rolled so bad.
What did you get?
I rolled a 3 on the dice, which
3?
is just.
As you do, you see that they take one of the nearby water off of somebody's sweat, uses it right quick to form a shield, and as it does, boom, your lance flings off and goes into the ocean.
I don't think I was raging yet, if I may amend. Ajax watches their lance splash into this fucking ocean. I'm gonna kill something. And now I would like to rage.
Yeah. With that, at this point, Taika, they're coming straight for you, so you got a shot here. So whatever you do, you get to do with advantage, kind of set yourself up here. So what do you want to do?
I don't want to hurt this person either. I should have had my sheet done a little bit better, but I have a tail, and I would like to trip this person with my tail.
I'm gonna say opposed athletics. So
Do you
it's
have,
a roll against a
grease?
roll.
Aren't you an
boy, with
artificer? Do you have
advantage.
grease?
Listen, I will
Yeah,
have
great.
grease next
It's up to
session.
you. So you get to. It's gonna be a athletics roll. So it's just very much whoever wins this wins.
All right. I will take hubris with my incompetence. Okay, this first one.
Hubris!
Never. I don't need advantage. That's a nat 20, baby.
First nat 20!
Oh my god! I got
Let's
a 2.
go. Let's
A
go.
He's an old man. He can
Okay,
run, but he can't go
Taika
far.
Beefy.
How do you take him down in this instance? You effectively end this chase. So how do you do it? He's like running.
It's not even elegant. They see this person coming, it panics, and then kind of scurries behind something to hide and like sticks their tail straight out, just unfurls and.
With the, you hide in the corner, put your tail out, and he goes as he falls down and poof, falls into one of the nearby hay bales as he goes unconscious.
Daisy? You know what? Good job, Taika.
Ajax comes running up like to where the hay bale is, puffing and huffing. Looks at Taika, looks at the hay bale, looks at Taika again. Did it do that? All right.
Respect gained.
Where's the gold nard? As you see, Hone is like, where's the gold nard?
I guess that's why we keep
You
him
were
around. Huh.
Yeah, anyway. I'm
You
picking
just
up
hear-
this motherfucker like a wet rat, literally.
You made me lose my lance.
You tried to kill me.
Well,
So
it's because you started running. Would you have stopped if we had said we wanted to talk?
Yeah. How about we just go into my shop and we can discuss details of diplomacy?
Sure. Well, no, let's say it outside your shop. I don't know what's in your shop.
It's just medicine, and if we're going to talk what I think we're going to talk about, I'd rather not doing it in public.
Yeah, okay. I'm dragging him.
He says, I can walk on my own.
Ajax.
they start dragging him.
Hey, can someone help me get down, please?
Oh, yeah.
This ladder. Fantastic. With that, you guys go into the interior shop. As you go in, the place itself is a bit run down. You see that there is not much light here as the candles were all turned off quite quickly before he left. And the place itself is one floor typical apothecary. You see the shelf, gold that's behind it, number of bottles of various ingredients that you don't know about. Seems like they live here too, as there's a bit of a living space in the back. As he kind of sits down in one of the nearby places, everybody kind of gathers around. What do you want to know? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gaspar. This is my shop. I am quite famous. It was quite famous. It isn't. How can I help you?
We're looking for the person who has been supplying the Princess Rhea with medicine for an ailment. Do you happen to be that doctor?
Indeed, I am.
Good. Good. What have you been giving her and why?
Well, to explain it further, I have to explain the conditions that led to this. The couple came to me a couple of weeks ago saying that, I had known Arthur for some time. I treated him for minor scraps and whatnot, so he trusted me. Usually he comes to me when he does not want his mother to know. Ray had come in with him with systems of, he pulls out a notebook, intense headaches, episodes of dissociation and a loss of time and presentness, and faint spells to finish that off. I concluded it was because of their draconic upbringing, similar in which you cannot bring a mountain lion into an island. Ecologically, it is not good for them. And even though they can walk on two legs in our divine beauty, dragons are still animals at the very core of their essence. Magic is their environment, and the magic in the city here is man-made. It is not natural, unlike that in the Iron Fire. So they were having problems of pollution in the soul.
And you didn't think to tell them to go back home? You didn't think to write to House Dorothios, who could have helped?
The couple was very... They paid extra for discretion. They said they were going to be going to the Iron Fires on the honeymoon, so I gave them a number of vials to keep them sedated, in a sense, before the Imperial tour.
Yeah, this. And then I show the vial.
Indeed, it is made of a rare flower, used often in rituals on the Iron Fire Island.
Okay, that part we figured out. I don't know, I guess...
What exactly would happen if Rhea didn't take it?
I have no idea what could happen. Maybe their power could manifest, maybe they could see the future. But I will state this, they are fully in control of their faculties. There was nothing to suggest any psychosis or anything of that nature of altering the mind. They would have been quite sane.
And if they weren't, upon seeing the future?
Well, I will tell you it is not my fault. I am simply a doctor working with what I have.
Fair.
You do see Dala kind of like crushes a bottle at the sort of sentence of him saying, "It's not my fault. What do you want from me?"
I agree with him. I agree with him personally. Yeah, okay, we've got a angry ex behind us, and that's not a threat. I believe you. I don't know, Doc. Why were you running, I guess?
Well, because I heard the news that he was murdered, and it was only a matter of time before people found out I was taking care of them. The Lane were not often loyal people.
True.
They would sell out anyone for coin, so I saw you coming. You individuals do not look like guards or scholars, except for that one and pointed Taika. And I assumed you were here to question me, so... or maybe torture me, or maybe make sure I was quiet. I panicked.
Fair enough. We're kind of haphazard. Looking for answers, and I'm gonna be honest, Doc. This feels like a dead end. You sure there's nothing you can say? Not any information, any doctorly wisdom?
I told you all I could tell you. There's not much I can do. I beg you to please let me go. I am no one of significance anymore, and I was not the cause for this murder. I am a simple man, common, not noble of blood.
Can you make something else? Something to help her once she's seen the future. Another one of those, even. Full one, full dose.
Maybe, but that would take a month at least.
A month at least. You don't have any on hand that you were waiting to give her?
No, they were preparing to leave the day of the wedding. You see Home kind of go, Bakile, we're at a conundrum. And kind of, Doc, if you could, please, just wait in the back real quick while we discuss among ourselves. Kind of gingerly gets up and goes, closes his door. Okay, so if from what I'm hearing, Rhea murdered, I guess. It doesn't seem like a sickness really got to them. Maybe they saw something and they decided to do something about it.
I feel
That's intent?
Yeah, but I don't want to. Never mind. I'm still thinking.
So,
See,
I want to hear what you have to say. House of Honorine is known for inventions.
We are very clean for their wisdom.
I know, and I'm trying really hard not to indict an innocent man. He was only trying to help, so it makes no sense to make him the blame.
Dala does speak up. Or maybe that is exactly what we should do.
I'm sorry.
Clearly, he did not do his job right. Maybe he poisoned.
My God.
Maybe he did something of a nature to the potions. Either way, he is a perfect scapegoat.
Oh my God.
We throw him to the wolves, Rhea is saved, we avoid a war.
Weren't you just talking about honor?
Literally.
Yeah.
Honor comes at a price, especially when we're talking about the Empire.
Remember what I said like 20 minutes ago when I said you would throw someone under the bus for your fucking honor? Literally, you're doing that thing right now.
Well, I'm just saying something that's in the room that people are thinking about.
No, I wasn't. Look, I'm a snake. I get that. I do things, I kill people, whatever, yada, yada, yada. He's like a doctor for this place where people often don't get help. And you're saying you want to throw out probably one of the only good doctors in the community.
Well, good is really the roughest word here.
Home kind of agrees with you. I don't really think we should throw him under the bus. And Dala kind of stands up angrily. Then please enlighten me. What will you tell the council when they ask who murdered their beloved pride?
It wasn't a murder. It was an accident.
Do you think this will suffice as an answer to a grieving mother?
It is the
It's
answer.
the truth.
Okay. It's also partially in this. I love Rhea. Rhea didn't take the medicine. For presumably some reason. There's clearly more to dig here. And
I'm
also,
gonna... just because I'm from the Ironfire Islands, I know what the plants look like and so on. I'm just going to take a quick spin about the interior of this place to see if I notice anything out of place, anything odd that might help us here, just a little, while folks continue to discuss.
For the sake of expediency, you don't have to worry about rolling too much. You do notice there is a number of plants that are what he uses, but you do also notice that under one of the floorboards, piping it up, there seems to be a number of coins and gold that this man has made in his time here. So he's got quite a stash. He's been making money off of maybe them, but also God knows how many other people. Which questions whether good person or not. You don't know the context.
I have an insight check to me.
I look. Yeah, insight check the gold. What are you hiding?
I mean, I meant him. Anyone got good insight? Micah?
Oh man.
Is somebody gonna insight this gold right now?
No, just him. Like, talk to him again.
You pull him out. He's in the room right now. He's very much like tense, anxious, worried.
Is Hone any good at taking a lie, sleuthing a lie?
I can give it a shot if you want him to take a shot at it.
I don't know. We're kind of hitting the wall, and that means we got to change something. Yo, Doc.
Yes.
Nice dragon horde you got here.
That too, yeah.
My living. You do not see me commenting on your wealth.
It's just interesting. Your shop's in pretty horrible disarray. What were you saving this for? Quite a lot for a rainy day. Just curious. See, soldier like me, all of this gold could get me real far in life. I could set up a shop of my own with quarter of this. It's just interesting, is all.
Right.
It is for home. If you're so keen on knowing what my expenses are.
Where is home for you?
The archipelago. Where pirates roam free.
You know, I also grew up along the sea, the Iron Fire Islands. The call of the salt and the wind. Call of the dragon.
He looks at you a little quickly as he rolls something here.
Me? Me roll something here?
He's rolling towards you.
What is he rolling at me?
He begins to see his glasses that go, and you see multiple colored lenses looking at you, and he goes, "You are different."
What?
Pulls up his glasses. There's something I'm curious about. Look, I ordered a boat to leave here tonight. Are you going to let me get onto that boat, or am I being imprisoned or killed? I rather know what my fate is than be in any more suspense.
I'm not gonna kill you. Sad and pitiable to kill an old man.
Could kill him. It's not. I don't know if it's gonna. It's not. I don't know if it's gonna help us.
Hey,
Nah.
follow your dreams. Above table, follow
No,
your
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna attack this one. I don't know. We're just. I don't know, gang. Scooby. I don't know, Scoob.
I don't know, Scoob.
I don't know. We're kind of hitting the wall. What should we do?
I want to say at this point, to help speed things along, you gotta make a choice here. So we got, let him go. Scovia, let him go, or are you taking him out?
Let him go. I want to see him again in the
Let
future.
him go. I do want to see it. Yeah, let him go. Let him go. Yeah,
Fantastic.
Let him
Taika, you let him go, or are you taking care of business?
No.
Yeah, just a question.
It's
You
like,
never know.
I can't kill a man.
I'm a nerd. I can't kill nobody. Fantastic. So at this point, as a consensus, Dala marches angrily out, and you see him go, "Thank you." And before he leaves, he grabs his gold, goes over to you gingerly, Ajax, and hands you a vial of crimson mist. You will need this. It will help.
Help with what? I'm not sick.
Not yet.
You know, that's the second fucking ominous thing somebody said to me today. As he leaves, they turn to the other two, shake the vial. But, despite that, being the semi-suspicious... it's not suspicious. It's when you believe in stuff, you know what I mean?
Superstitious.
Superstitious, thank you. Being the superstitious person that they are, I think they actually keep it. They tuck it into their robe.
Yeah, Scovia's like just pinching temples. Like, is that what we like? Did we come here for a vial? Like, fucking.
She said the doctor, but the doctor had nothing, and your Archon sent us around in circles.
Oh, he's the domino type. Do one thing, leads to something 10 steps later, which does not always help us. So do be clear. Do not listen to him at all times.
At this point, Hone kind of goes, well, the Allah's going to be going off on their own, and I guess I should go meet up with Xenia. If anything, maybe go talk to, if you know where they are, maybe go talk to Rhea.
Yeah,
Maybe it's like one of them, you saw the doctor, now you gotta go wherever next, you know?
Yeah. I get it. Thank you. And
do you think that kind of maybe possibly making a plea with the council might sway anyone? Okay, never mind. I didn't say that. Nope.
Have you heard the kind of woman she is? Fire and brimstone.
My brother is a council member.
Your brother? He laughs a little bit to himself. We often do things that are not in our nature when backed into a corner. Just saying.
Could you talk to your brother?
I mean, I thought that would be pretty smart, but I guess not, given the things we've heard today.
Look, you're competent. Probably. I will put some trust in you and see where it leads.
You've proven yourself to me.
I'll go see. If not, I'll be in touch, okay?
Aye.
So for my purposes here, Taika, you're gonna go meet with your brother?
Mm-hmm.
And my other two, you're gonna go meet with Rhea?
I guess.
Yes. I'm also curious about going, because House Dorotheos is also here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I might want to go chat with them.
I can go to Rhea myself. And I guess that also means Davros.
At this point, you all split off, going off into your different sections. Taika, you head into your brother's office, and you notice there are guards there, waiting for you. Imperial guards. Taika,
Yes.
follow us.
And it follows.
Cuts to you, Ajax. Going to the nearby residence, opening doors. Imperial guards are there as well. Ajax,
Yeah?
you are to accompany us
Where?
to the residence of the Archon.
Residence of the Archon. I'm here to see House Dorotheos as their loyal retainer.
They are already there. Your presence has been especially requested. By honor and name of Davros.
They give a puzzled look, and then relent because they were going to get into a little fist fight here. But they relent and they follow.
At this point, you go into the room for a hot second. Scovia, as you see Daros is having a smoke to himself, which is a bit of an oxymoron, given the being is made out of almost pure lava, but as you see smoking, kind of goes, if it isn't my lovely, lovely daughter.
It's not weird for you to call me that.
I raised you as my own, so I don't think it's too complicated.
Fair. Do you have to light that, or do you just inhale it and it turns to smoke?
It's kind of like a habit. When I was mortal, in a sense, I used to smoke a lot of these, and I don't know, it just kind of stuck.
What keeps you calm? What do you have to stress about?
It's not stress. I often smoked when I had to make a hard decision.
Oh my god. Does that hard decision have to do with me?
It does, but you see, puts it out, walks over to you. You do know I do care about you.
Uh-huh. I took one, as Daros walked up to me, I took a 1/2 step back. Uh-huh. What did you do?
At this point, you hear the other guards. We found the other two. As you see Ajax and Taika.
Are
Find
here?
it. Are here. Escorted here.
Well, wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Yeah. What is this, Davros?
You'll see. Follow me.
I think, there's a pause as he thinks, I could leave. I could leave, and the only person that would know where I am is Daros. But I won't.
You travel back inside to that same dome-like mausoleum. But down here lies the council.
Christ.
Daka, Lenora Coldwell, Prey Owain, which you haven't seen before, which is this elegant blue skin, maybe late 50s individuals with almost like eagle-like wings on their backs and horns that stretch and curve, with their bright blue eyes. Vos, as well, of Yalsava. Dice on Andrea, that you know before. But you also see Thea is here, along with their mother. Not in person, but electricity in a sense, of almost like a holographic image. And in the center, wrapped in rope, tied to a chair, is Rhea.
Yeah.
I brought you my special investigators. As I said, they will provide light and color to this auspicious occasion. The floor is yours, my disciple.
Nice to know. Very much under the breath. It's nice to know he's at least not throwing us fully under the bus. Just crushing my toes.
Freya kind of approaches. They are the head regent. They're the ones that oversee the empire. It is their term on this council. They lead it. Care to explain why you knew the whereabouts of my boy's killer?
Alleged killer. Sorry, that was Bao Bao making a really weird noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ajax has been looking at Thea this entire time. has like locked eye tried at least to lock eyes with her and just isn't looking at her and then looks at this person, Farah. Alleged killer.
Vos gets up. We are very curious to see what proof you have.
The proof is in the chair, right there. Rhea herself. She is clearly unwell, sick from being away from the Ironfire Islands and tormented by visions of the future.
And because of such unwellness, her and Arthur made the decision together to push through on this marriage and then return to the islands.
And unfortunately, she was overwhelmed.
The magic of this place poisoned her. And Ajax is looking again at the House Dorotheos, like contingent, kind of like a back me up here. She was poisoned. The magic of this place influenced her draconic lineage and poisoned her from the inside out. You can see it clearly. She is not acting as your people's scion.
It is true. This place is like pollutant. Breathing its air is quite sickening.
I think the question that you should not be asking is, why did we help a murderer? But more so, why didn't you all give support to a sick person before it blew up in our faces?
Daka kind of gets up. We didn't know that they were sick. I mean, I for sure would have seen signs. I didn't see anything. They must have kept it quite under lock.
And why do you think that is?
Well, Nora, clearly not many of us understand the wilds of young youth and the woes that come with the popularity of it. Still, you being sick doesn't account for murder.
It was an accident, if anything.
Freya's wings shrivel, almost like an animal, predatory. That begin. An accident. Do you know how many stab wounds there were in my boy?
Do you know how many times? And unfortunately for Ajax, they are not good at backing down from a fight. So I think they lean in. And do you know how many times she's repeated the phrase, blood and storms? One for every stab wound on that man's body, I'd imagine.
I say it is a ploy, a long con for the Dorotheos. Could never let go of us taking a seat. There goes, oh please.
Ajax huffs too.
Dice, make clear that there is a problem here. We do not have circumstantial evidence, and yet we have someone here who has committed a murder and is potentially sick. So the question now, my fellow council members, is what do we vote on? They speak to themselves. And in the first time in forever, you see Rhea speak up. I would like to confess. Freya, confess. Yes. I saw the future with your son. Arthur was a kind person, but in his rule, our rule, we bore monstrosities. He became cruel and murdered so many in the name of peace. Though it lasted mere moments, it felt like an eternity of watching the person I love the most wither away into an abomination. And being stuck in a cycle of pain. He tried to reassure me that futures are not set in stone. But I saw the people he killed, the families he burned, with the power of dragons, and I could not let him do that. I stabbed him. Not once. Not twice. Not even 3 times. I stabbed him 9. Storms and blood. I don't regret doing it. And if I had the choice, knowing the outcome where I was, I would do it again.
Okay.
Daka kind of goes, well, clearly, they're not of the sound mind, because no one would agree to that. Freya. Oh, no. They have confessed to being a cold-blooded murderer in front of us all in a holy place. I cannot think of any more proof of their house's betrayal. There goes what?
You would throw a sick woman to the dogs to feed your vengeance for your son who would become a murderer. I see where he gets it from.
I have to compose themselves. I will not kill them. I will hold them prisoner. And you can go tell that bitch of a mother of yours to come and take their daughter back.
I'm no political Savoie, ma'am. But you know they wouldn't come alone.
I'm counting on it. Because we will parlay, and you and your house will dissolve itself, and you will get your precious, psychotic dragon back. So I make this decree as head of the regents. You have a month for your mother to come and bend their knees to me, to surrender their household assets and men in exchange for their daughter. Failure to do so, then I will chop their head off and sent to your mother as an act of war. The place erupts, and you see Daros goes, "Silence! You know the rules that the Emperor made. While I do find it harsh, it is the law of the land. So unless you gotta start picking fight with gods, you're gonna listen." Thea, let your mother know the ultimatum. And the rest of you, I would think kindly on ensuring that this is peaceful. The last thing you want to prove to us is that you're incapable of ruling yourselves. You don't want us stepping in. Everyone begins to die off here. You see Thea goes straight to you, Ajax, grabs you by the arm and whispers, "Are you gonna let this pass?"
They've called down the rage of the House of the Dragon, and we will answer it. The only reason that woman still lives is because my lance is at the bottom of the ocean.
Where were you? You were sent here to protect them.
I was not sent here as a bodyguard. You sent me as an envoy, which might I remind you, did not want to do.
You've done a shit job. I'm not surprised. If my sister dies, so help you. Fix this.
She will not die.
I hope for your sake they don't and let you go. At this point, Daka goes up to you. What the hell is going on? You muted?
I'm muted. I am trying to figure it out myself, but things are moving way too fast to even think.
We need to meet later. I don't think they're gonna get here in time. Which means we're gonna have to get creative, brother.
Of course. What are we without our wits?
Stay strong. Stay steadfast.
Of course, of course.
And last but not least, to you, Scovia, as Daros goes up. Are you watching what's going down in this room?
Yeah, it's a certified mess. And she is doing her Rubik's Cube yet again. Not even looking up at the clamoring between houses, the whispers of sedition and trustworthiness. Yeah, Daros. I see. Is there a lesson you're trying to impart this time?
I want you to look at them real closely. See the panic in their eyes? The hatred points over the Ajax. The anxiety points over the Taika. Mortals being mortals. Like chickens without their heads.
You too were once immortal. Do you have no sympathy?
I've outgrown it. But you see what happens when people lose their sense and give into base emotions.
Is that why you taught me never to fluctuate?
They're gonna kill that poor girl now. So my question to you and your friends is, what are you gonna do about it?
That seems like a silly question. Because you know the answer is whatever I feel is right. And truth be told, I'm sure you understand well that I would have put a knife in Arthur's neck myself if I knew what Rhea knew. Because a dictator like that only wipes places off the map.
You see, he begins to slip away. You're slipping, Scovia. You're slipping. As he leaves you all, and only the three of you are left in this room. As the camera pans out, and a storm begins to brew on the horizon. And that's what we shall end our episode for today.
What the fuck does he mean by that?
Yay!
Chris Cologne, I think it should be you on trial. I think that you should be the one on trial for this.
Yeah. Let's turn the camera on.
Let's go. We're the council now, and we've decided you're guilty as fuck.
Your Honor, you weren't there.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, you just don't
She's just having a little mentee beat. Like,
Your Honor, get some coffee in her. It should be right as rain.
What? So women can't have hobbies? Okay.
Your Honor, we call this Brat.
Your Honor. Brat Summer.
It was a Brat Summer, Your Honor.
Murder is cool.
It doesn't
where I'm
count the
from.
first time.
Jeez,
It
with
doesn't.
that, everyone, thank you for joining us for the second episode of the Stewards War. It took a while, but we're back in the swing of it. So, with that in mind, in reverse order here, starting off with you, Vin, give your plugs where people can find you on the internet.
Mama, we're behind you. Again, I've been at VinVoxVA on all the socials. I'm doing a lot of things, but I signed an NDA, so that means all of that's gonna go to C.
Oh my god, that was fast. I was like, am I on NDA? I have NDA? God, this frazzled me. Hi everyone, my name is C. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at C Plays RPG. If you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do other places, so you can always find me on Saturdays at US Eastern Time, 8 o'clock, which is how I'm going to decide to say that. You can find out what I'm doing at Translator RPG, which is where I always am consistently. You can find me over here. You can buy Translator merch that Zoe is wearing, that I'm also wearing. That this is cat fur. Cat fur not included on the merch. Very cute, very good. Check it out, translatorrpg.shop. And get excited and get ready for the Arc 3 premiere, which is coming up on November 9th of 2024, which is in just about a week and a half. So I've talked enough already, and I'm making crimes. I'm saying crime, and I'm gonna pass it over to Zoe. Crime.
Hi everyone, it's me, Zoe. Hi. It's I, Zoe. If you like what I did here, then you'll love what I do everywhere else, but I'm a little hard to find sometimes, I like to think. Just like a little Scovia. I played Scovia today. She's having friends, an arc, if you will, helping friends get out of murder. We'll see next week. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere else at Radical Zoe. I don't know. Hire me. I'm in my live production arc. If you got something like that, hit me up. Listen to Tyler the Creator, and have a good day.
And last but not least, me. Hi everyone. I've been your bastard of a GM today. You can find me on the interwebs at VO_Cologne. This cast is booing at me. You can't see it. I love it. But you can find me on there. All while the internet is still alive. In terms of shows, we have this on Wednesdays, and we're trying to kind of keep up with that, kind of catch up. And also Doomsayers is coming on this Sunday. And we have a very special episode for you that is going to make you go bonkers. We're excited for it. So keep on mind. That's Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. But beyond that, that's all I got for you folks today. So we hope you had a wonderful time with us, and we can't wait to see you next week for another episode of The Stewards War. Until then, everyone, have a lovely night.